are now listening to the Backseat Wrestler Podcast.
Look at Randy Orton slithering.
Watch out!
Hosted by Eric and Elvis.
It's LA Knight's game. Yeah.
One of my favorite women's wrestlers of all time is finally freaking back. Jamie freaking Hayter. And she looked nothing like I remembered.
Nothing.
Yo, when I first saw her, I saw the red hair. Like, obviously, I heard the music, and then everybody going ballistic. I was like, oh, that's Jamie Hayter. But when I saw her, I was like, wait, is that Becky Lynch? Because of the freaking...
Oh, my God.
the colorful hair. But that's what like all like the wrestling fans are saying. It was funny. But hello and welcome to the number one wrestling podcast in the world, the Backseat Wrestler Podcast. Of course, we are your host, Eric and Elvis, ready to bring you more wrestling news. And this week we are covering AEW All In. We're literally filming this probably like a half hour after it just ended. Of course, we had to gather our thoughts. Honestly, I had to eat, to be honest. I wanted to eat before we recorded. But yeah, but a lot of fun stuff did happen on this show. I thought it was a freaking banger of a show. Of course, we're going to go through every single match that did happen. We're going to talk about any like outcomes, what we think is going to happen, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, in the terms of grading it on a scale of 0 to 5 stars, I would give this one maybe a 4.5. How about you?
Yeah, 4.5.
4.5, yeah. I don't think it's a 5-star, but then again, like AEW always puts on 5-star things, but this was still a freaking banger of an All In. It reset a lot of stuff, which is exactly what they needed. Of course, in terms of like new champions, returning superstars, etc.
Yep.
Definitely excited for, of course, Dynamite and maybe even Collision. Hopefully, if they freaking build it up correctly. Yeah,
doubt it, but
yeah, doubt it. But yeah, super excited for all that stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Do you want to talk about any top stories before we get into this?
the only top story I had, but we kind of found out on the show anyway, was Ricochet signing a multi-year deal with AEW.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Then obviously we found out that he showed up, so
yeah,
which we'll get into.
Yeah, that was great. I'm happy he's in AEW. I think it fits his style a million times better than WWE, to be honest. Keep the mic away from him and just let him wrestle, and then he'll be fine.
That's what I heard. A lot of people already said that. I seen like keep the mic away and give him a manager.
Yes, give him a manager, and like I think he'll go very far. I can't wait for them to run back Will Ospreay versus him again. That seems to be fire.
His wrestling skills and his mic skills are like the total opposite. It's crazy.
Yeah, one of the best wrestlers. Keep the mic away. It's like Claudio. Like Claudio Castagnoli. Dude's one of the freaking best wrestlers on the roster. He's just not really that good on the mic. But yeah, I think we should get into things a little in order, I guess. I mean, like, I don't really want to talk about the pre-show that much. I mean, the only major thing that did happen on the pre-show was, of course, Jamie Hayter returning and beating the crap out of what's her name? It's not Paige anymore, but it's
Saraya.
Yeah, Saraya. Beating the crap out of Saraya. Obviously, Saraya is the one who injured her and took the title off of her. Was that last year? I think it was last year, right?
Yeah.
Last year, yep. Injured her and took the title off of her, so of course that's who she's going to go after. I'm a little upset that they put it on the pre-show, but I mean, like, where else are you going to put it? And also, it's Jamie Hayter. Like,
I mean, yeah,
I was really freaking pumped up about that. The crowd went ballistic as expected. I went ballistic as expected. Yeah, I was just really freaking excited. As soon as Saraya said, "Hey, like, I'm the greatest, like, British women's wrestler of all time, and I'm the best one in this company," I was like, oh, hopefully Jamie Hayter comes out. And then her music hit. I was like, let's freaking go. Yeah, but I was dumb excited for that. Of course, we also had the Chris Statlander and Stokely match for Tomohiro Ishii and Willow. That was on the pre-show as well.
Honestly, I missed that match. I barely watched
Willow and Tomohiro Ishii
pre-show.
Obviously won. Yeah, there wasn't really much else that happened. But let's get into the actual main freaking card, because the main card was actually insane. Main card, of course, first off, started off with the Trios Tag Team Championship match between House of Black, Bang Bang Gang, Blackpool Combat Club, and Pac, who just formed a team last night on Collision. It made perfect sense, to be honest. and then versus the Patriarchy, obviously, because the Patriarchy are the Trios Championships. Banger of a freaking match. I thought it was a lot of fun. A lot of
Yeah,
people were
it
complaining
was a
about
ladder match.
ladder match, of course, for the things. I have a couple of complaints. The freaking ladders are like, what are they, 7 feet tall? They weren't even that freaking tall.
Yeah, well, the last one to get the titles was tall, but all the other ones were like mad short. I was
Yeah,
like,
but
what the
that one
hell's
just
going on?
I don't know what the heck happened. I guess they couldn't find a lot of tall ladders in the UK, I guess. That's what it seemed like. But I was like, damn, like, okay, whatever. I'm fine with it. But yeah, banger of a freaking match. Of course, the people, Pac and Blackpool Comic Club are the ones who won the Trios titles. It was obviously just to get Pac, of course, an all-in moment. They
Yep.
did form this tag team with Blackpool Comic Club last night, as I said, on Collision, where it was basically like a wild card spot to see who the heck is going to be, inserted into this match. And Pac wanted his all-in moment. He felt like he got cheated out because of course, the MJF and Will Ospreay match that he was supposed to have. He's of course going to have that match at All Out in 2 weeks. So Pac and Blackpool Combat Club, aka Claudio, and damn it, blanking on name again.
Wait, hold on. You said Claudio and Wheeler Yuta?
Wheeler Yuta. There you go. Wheeler Yuta and Claudio Castagnoli, and of course Pac are now your trios champions. I think he fits in with Blackpool Combat Club. What do you think?
Yeah, get him the shirt. Just get him the shirt.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Like, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think like they're gonna keep that for a while? Do you think he's just gonna stay with Blackpool Combat Club? Do you think he's gonna, move on eventually?
I mean, he should stay with Blackpool Combat Club, but obviously he still has the singles opportunities, especially at All Out. So
Yeah, I mean, he's not gonna win.
he hasn't been doing nothing else. So why put him with Blackpool Combat Club? I
Yeah,
guess.
I mean, like I was saying this too. Like he's such a
Sorry.
great talent. Like dude's a freaking beast. He really is. It's just unfortunately he always has visa issues, travel issues, or freaking getting injured. So they can never like build anything around him. And then now he
Yeah, he
just
can't do
lost
a
his tag
singles
team.
run.
Yeah, exactly. He just lost Death Triangle because the Lucha Bros are reportedly not signing with AEW again. So now he's just kind of like a lone wolf. And I guess hopefully he does stay with Blackpool Combat Club. That's what I'm hoping for because honestly I think he fits
Yeah.
it perfectly. And we can tell by this freaking match. They actually like gelled well, like really well together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, other than that, well, before we move on, do you want to add any points to that match at all?
No, you got it. The match was it was a really good match, and
yeah, Christian Cage
yeah,
was like
we
the gem.
basically talked about everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Christian Cage was the gem of that match. It was freaking hilarious. At one point, he was just on commentary. He didn't want to join in. Then he did join in. He got jumped by literally every single freaking team. That was hilarious. Luchasaurus tried to help him up the ladder, of course, and it didn't really end up well for them. Pac got the title. Moving on, we had, which I think was honestly, this was probably like my second favorite match of the night. I'm not even gonna lie. Mariah May versus Timeless Tony Storm for the AEW world title. Well, women's world title, same thing. This was a banger of a freaking match.
Yeah.
Obviously, it had like the best storyline going into it. It was the most well built storyline in AEW in a long time. Of course, with Mariah May turning on her former friend and mentor, Timeless Tony Storm. Tony Storm, of course, feeling extremely upset about this. And Mariah May just going full blown heel. She slapped the shit out of her mom. You saw that?
Yeah, she slapped her own mother.
She slapped her own mom.
She went after the butler. The butler stuck his middle finger at her. He was pissed.
Yeah, she drop kicked the butler. She tried to use the title, wasn't able to. But of course, the match ended with a freaking banger. First of all, Mariah May was busted open, bleeding the entire time. Toni Storm looked like she was about to pick up the win, but then Mariah May ended up hitting the Storm Driver, took Toni Storm's move for the win. So she is now the AEW Women's World Champion. I am so freaking happy for that. I'm actually ecstatic about that because I really thought that Mariah May built herself up throughout the past couple months as like one of the top stars in the women's division. I think her promos honestly are not bad at all. Like she can actually cut a decent promo. Obviously,
especially as a heel now.
Exactly.
She can be like this heel superstar that nobody likes, and it's good for the women's division.
Yeah,
They really
no,
need
for real.
to know.
But she's way better as a heel. When she was a face, she was okay. Like obviously, we can see she can pull a face off, but as a heel, you can tell like that's exactly where she needs to stay. Like that's perfect. She's exactly where she needs to be. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what the heck is going to come out of this. Like who the hell she's going to face? Maybe Jamie Hayter eventually. Of course, that'll be a freaking banger if they do that. But Yeah, I thought it was great. I don't know what the hell they're
Yeah.
gonna do with Toni Storm right now, but you know what? It's fine. Toni Storm's a
She might
three-time
take a
women's
break.
champion. Yeah, she should
Might
just take a break. She's a three-time women's champion. She doesn't need the title. She doesn't need to be around it for a while. She could take a long break or just like help build the division, kind of like what Britt Baker did a bit. Something like that, honestly. Other than that, we had Chris Jericho versus Hook. Chris Jericho versus Hook was another banger freaking match.
Which and I had no interest, to be honest, in the match, but it was actually a really good match.
Yeah, it
The
was a
whole
decent
feud has been
match.
kind of boring.
Yeah, it was decent. Of course, Taz got involved, Hook's father, and choked out.
Yep.
Was it Brian Keefe? Which
Brian
of course
Keith,
got
and
Hook.
then Hook ended up choking out Chris Jericho.
Yeah,
Made him
Chris
tap
Jericho
out.
for the win. Won the FTW title back. My only like problem with this though is kind of like I know that they're trying to build up Hook, which is great, but like you kind of just gave him back the title that he lost, and that title doesn't really. It's not really like technically a title per se.
It's
So
not even significant. Yeah.
yeah, so he's kind of like back where he started if you kind of think about it. Like yeah, he does have a
Yeah,
couple more
exactly.
wins over. He's getting better on the mic a little bit, I guess. They don't really show it that much. He's definitely better in the ring, and he definitely has that aura, like that presence. But like him winning the FTW title, I'm not really sure what the hell they're going to do with that now since we've seen him as a champion like several times. He doesn't
I mean,
really do
yeah,
anything with
exactly.
it. So I'm not sure. I honestly, I kind of want him to lose because I felt like he's probably should like move above that, but I guess not. Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted maybe I was thinking about like a character change or like heel change
Heel
maybe or
Hook,
something.
something. I don't know.
Heel Hook, exactly.
Should have gave us something, but it's whatever. I can't complain that much. It was just a freaking. I wasn't even invested in this forever, anyways. We then had the Young Bucks versus FTR versus the Acclaimed. This was for the AEW tag titles. Obviously, the
Another banger.
Acclaimed, yeah, banger of a match. Obviously, the Acclaimed earned their freaking title shot like 2 months ago. Never freaking got it. And
Yep.
then FTR just wanted to throw themselves in here because they're FTR, which is fine. They're FTR, as I said, they're great. Good match, fun match, obviously. Young Bucks ended up picking up the win. That was a bit
They
surprising to
retained.
me, but I'm kind of happy about it, to be honest, because
Yeah, I thought that was gonna be new champs 100%. So I'm actually happy. I don't know. Just the Young Bucks, I think the best damn tag team in AEW.
that I think
Even if
FTR
they're
is.
heels,
But
I think the Young Bucks are the best
well,
top
that's
two
like
tag teams
the
in the world.
yeah, but see, that's like the big storyline there. Like they're always fighting to see who is better at either FTR or Young Bucks. That's the reason why I thought like I didn't think FTR was going to win. I thought it was either going to be Acclaimed or Young Bucks. And that was only because FTR defeated Young Bucks last year at All In,
Yeah, exactly.
and
They
they
won
always go
last year.
back and forth with their wins. And I know for a fact that Young Bucks weren't going to lose. I think it's like that would have been like the third time in a row they lost to FTR. So there's no shot they were going to do that, especially if they wanted to keep that rivalry
Yeah.
going.
I don't remember who's the one that got pinned.
I'm pretty sure it was Cash Wheeler, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, because I was gonna say if it was somebody from the Acclaim, the Young Bucks could be like, "Oh, we never got pinned. Maybe get a match
You
at
mean
All Out."
FTR?
We'll see what they're
FTR,
gonna
yeah,
do. FTR, yeah.
yeah.
I don't know what. Well, let's see what they're gonna do for All Out.
If they even defend
Another.
it, if they even
Isn't it like
defend it,
yeah?
yeah, they
Isn't it
barely
like 2
defend
weeks?
themselves. Yeah, it's 2
Is it-
weeks. Yeah,
So look at we got a pay per view this week, pay per
next
view
week,
next week for WWE, and then
and the week
another
after.
pay per view for
Yeah,
AEW. It's pretty fun. I like this time of year.
yeah, for real. We also had the Casino Battle Royale between a bunch of wrestlers, which I'm not going to name every single one because that's way too freaking
Casino
many.
Gauntlet, yeah,
Yeah,
but it was
Casino
great.
Gauntlet. It's not, yeah, but it was fun. We had Nigel McGuinness freaking make an appearance, which was funny as
Yeah.
hell.
Zack Saber,
Yeah,
Jr.
Zack Sabre Jr. made an appearance, and then of course the debut of Ricochet, which is like the top story there, coming out looking like honestly $1 million. Yeah, he freaking went all
Yeah.
out. He looked great. People were complaining already, like, oh, he came just to lose to Christian Cage because Christian Cage was another member and Christian
That's
Cage
what.
won.
All right, so this is why this pay per view was like a 4.5 star instead of a 5 star. I just hated the ending. I thought it was like way too sudden.
Hmm.
Like, oh, one choke slam by this dude, Luchasaurus, and then Christian Cage pins. Like, I don't know. I thought it was just so stupid.
So my thought process behind this was I thought that I feel like this match like got cut like the time by a lot because if you think about it, when I don't even think it was Ricochet. It was like two people came in like literally. I think it was like
Oh yeah,
it was like Roddy and I'm pretty sure maybe it was Kyle O'Reilly. Like they came in like 2
no,
seconds.
yeah.
Yeah,
Roddy
like
came in. No, Kyle O'Reilly, and then Roddy came in like 5 seconds right after him.
yeah, 5 seconds right after, and then like even the commentators were like, oh well, like there's not really a set time when people come in, and then they kind of
The
just ran
last
with it.
the last few entrances actually came in really quick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure like the time got cut short because of maybe some other match went on a little
Yeah.
bit longer than expected.
I mean, yeah.
Most
and
likely the Young Bucks
pay-per-view-
match, because that's always what happens with Young Bucks matches. They always
Yeah.
go over.
And the pay-per-view ended exactly like at 4:59.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was pretty decent though. Ricochet showed out. He looked really freaking good in this.
Yes, for the little time he had, he
obviously,
showed out.
Yeah, Roddy looked really good in this as well. But yeah, you can't get mad at Ricochet loss. You really think
No.
he's gonna win a #1 contenders match for the
Cons-
AEW World Title on his first freaking
exactly.
night? That would have been the same thing as
No.
like AJ Styles winning the Royal Rumble, his first freaking match when he went into WWE.
No, exactly.
Yeah,
That's exactly
it's the
what I
same.
thought.
It's the same thing. Like it makes no sense.
He
But
sh-
then again, these
he
people don't
showed
watch
out.
AEW.
Yeah, he showed out. He didn't get pinned. I don't see what the problem is.
No, he didn't. Yeah, he looked great. He honestly looked fantastic. He was freaking going all out. He demolished everybody in there. Speaking of demolishing everybody in there, Hangman Adam Page showed out in that as well.
Oh yes,
Yo,
I almost forgot about
heel
him.
Hangman Adam Page is making me love him as a heel more and more week in and week out. Like
Yeah,
obviously I was a big fan as a face. I have his shirt and everything, but yeah, as a heel, like your boy is looking really
yes.
freaking good.
I mean, we saw him again towards the end of the night, but we'll talk about that when we get there.
Yeah,
But, this
I
dude-
was expecting that though. Everybody was like, yeah, he's gonna show.
I
up.
mean, yeah, I was waiting for that.
Yeah. No, that was banger. It was good though. Really freaking good match. But yeah, now we can get into the 4 title matches, like major title matches of the night, singles title matches of the night. For starting off with Will Ospreay versus MJF. All right, let's get into, of course, one of my other favorite matches of the night, probably my third favorite match. Right behind the Tony Storm and Mariah May match, because that match was a freaking banger. But this one was equally as great. It's just more so the storyline was like whatever to me. This was Will Ospreay versus MJF, of course, for the American title, aka the international title. Match was great. I thought the freaking opening was hilarious with like MJF coming out in like the American robe, the American hat, everything dressed down.
Apollo
patriotic.
Creed.
Yeah,
It looked like Apollo Creed.
exactly. Apollo Creed. Yeah, back up like 1 inch from your mic because it's a little loud. Just so you know, you're good.
I'm holding it in hand. My bad.
No, you're good. You're good. But anyways, yes, he did look like Apollo Creed. That was great. Will Ospreay coming out like Assassin's Creed was a freaking banger too.
Oh that was a fire
cool.
entrance. Plus the new game November 15th.
Yeah,
Assassin's Creed Shadows.
yeah. That little promo in there for
Little
it,
promo.
But yeah, I thought it was a freaking banger of a match. MJF looked like he was about to win, and then the returning Daniel Garcia attacked MJF, which of course got him a little bit distracted, in which Will Ospreay, of course, ended up picking up the win.
Yes.
Great match. Will Ospreay is now the
Ospreay-
international champion. MJF can move on to bigger and better things as well.
Yeah.
I really wish it was Adam Cole.
Yes, yeah. So here's the thing. Well, actually, let's say this. Will Ospreay, yeah, it was the American Championship, but he ended up taking the International Championship, not the American.
Yeah, they switched it
Championship.
over.
Yeah, but then, yeah, I would have loved for it to be Adam Cole, just for them to actually finish that damn story that they never actually got to even kind of start, basically.
Yeah, they
But
never
at the
did.
same time, he did almost end Daniel Garcia's career, so it was kind of like he got him back.
I mean, it's the next best thing, but it's like it's really like a major difference. Like obviously the Adam Cole thing would have hit so much better, but obviously he's still injured, it seems like.
Yeah, I don't think MGF and Daniel Garcia are gonna have a feud.
You don't think so? I think they are.
I mean, or not like a major feud. If it was MGF and Adam Cole, they would have had a major feud.
No, I at least see them having a match like at All Out. Like
no, yeah,
MJF versus Daniel Garcia All Out. Maybe freaking MJF. Maybe Adam Cole finally shows up then. I don't freaking know.
That'll be fine.
Jeez,
yeah,
because
it's only 2 weeks away. I forgot. It's only 2 weeks away.
Yeah, but still, like, god damn, like, yo, I want Adam Cole to return. How long has it been? It's been a long freaking time.
Yeah, well, it was probably a really bad injury.
I mean, he just blew out his ankle or something like that. I'm pretty sure. Like, I just want this dude to return. Chugs, as his name is on Twitch, he's been streaming a lot more, like playing games and stuff. He's also been posting a lot more, and like I was like photos of him like in the ring and all that stuff. So like I thought it was like hyping us up, like, oh, is he gonna return? He's gonna return at All In, and I guess freaking not. Maybe hopefully at All Out. I don't know. I'm pretty upset about it, but
yeah. Well, it makes us it makes it less predictable. We thought he was gonna come, he didn't. So
that's true. But
also,
yeah.
when we get out of this one, we get so Will Ospreay versus Pac, right, at All Out for the International Championship.
Yeah, so that's the next match for Will Ospreay.
I'm hoping that's gonna be a banger, which probably will. It's always Will Ospreay, of course.
It definitely freaking is. That's what I was gonna say too. So of course, it seems like MGF is gonna go the route of course, fighting Daniel Garcia. That would probably eventually lead to him going after the world title, or maybe Adam Cole finally comes back and he has that. In terms of Will Ospreay and now being international champion, he's obviously going to face Pac at All Out. Assuming that he does win, who do you think goes after the international title then? What possible rivalries could they start then? My personal opinion would be a great one, would be Kyle Fletcher. Because imagine Kyle Fletcher coming out as a full-blown heel against Will Ospreay.
Former friends,
turn enemies. Don Callis family.
Don Callis family. Yeah, I think you already had the story set right there. We actually didn't even talk about earlier too about you were talking about MJF possibly challenging for the title next after he gets through with Daniel Garcia.
Yeah.
We didn't even talk about Christian. He's literally won the Casino Gauntlet.
Yeah.
Christian is actually has the next?
He's not going to do anything with it. I'm just saying. But his is it's a title shot anytime, anywhere. It's kind of like the Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
So
anytime Christian's gonna have a title match, we know that.
I think he's gonna lose though. I legit feel like in terms of that, I legit feel like Luchasaurus is gonna cost him the title.
Yep.
That's exactly what's gonna happen.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
It looks like it's gonna happen tonight. He's probably gonna say maybe they'll do it All Out. He just goes out right after the first title shot at All Out, and then Luchasaurus turns on him. We didn't really get to talk about that. That's why I mentioned that.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah.
But in terms of Will Ospreay's next potential opponent, Will Ospreay's next potential opponent, my mistake. I definitely see it being Kyle Fletcher turning full-blown heel. We've already seen what the heck he can do in the ring. We've seen he's decent on the mic. He's had a couple of decent promos. We've seen that he can hang in there with the big boys. He hanged in there with freaking MJF, had a banger of a freaking match a couple weeks ago.
We can see Kyle Fletcher being jealous of Will Ospreay maybe because what they are.
Well, I mean, they already had a one-on-one match before, and that match was a freaking banger too.
Well, yeah, I remember that, but like not an actual feud. That was just weren't they still part of Don Callis family together?
It was like a friendly duel, basically.
Yeah, exactly. I'm talking about an actual feud. He turns on him, he beats him up.
Be fire. I really hope they go that route. I can see that happening like after All Out, for sure. Because obviously he needs to deal with Pac first. But if that happens, I'm all for it. Because like the storyline between them being in Don Callis' family, and then of course maybe Kyle Fletcher just getting very, very jealous of Will Ospreay, and then eventually them having that feud would be a banger of a freaking feud, and they can hold out that feud for a very long time if they really want.
Well, some of the best feuds also have involved Don Callis. Like obviously he's really good on the mic at talking crap. So I think it'll be pretty cool to see Fletcher with the Don Callis family talking so much crap about Will Ospreay having trying to fight all of them.
That'd be funny.
Makes sense, and it's gonna last for a pretty long rivalry. So
yeah, for sure. But of course, other than that, we also had. Well, do you have anything else you want to add to that match?
No, everything.
All right, cool,
great. That's it.
One other thing I forgot to mention in terms of the Young Bucks, FTR, and the Acclaim, Grizzled Young Vets did come out afterwards and attacked. FTR, and they had to stare down with Young Bucks. So happy the Grizzled Young Vets are in AEW. They were freaking great in NXT Black and Gold. Damn, miss those Black and Gold days, but whatever. Moving on. Now we also had Mercedes Moné versus Britt Baker. This was for the TBS Championship. This is partially why I said this was 4.5 stars. Mercedes Moné ended up picking up the win. I kind of wanted Britt to win.
I wanted Britt to win.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it was a really good match.
No, it was definitely a good match. Turns to the women's matches, it wasn't my favorite though. Mine was freaking Mariah May. So kind of sort of story.
I mean, I thought it was a great match though.
It was.
I feel like I don't feel like it should be over though.
What, the feud?
They're too good for one match.
Well, maybe they'll face each other again in 2 weeks. We'll see. Because we'll
see.
She's definitely going to defend her title at All Out as well.
Okay. I don't think it deserves one match, especially the rivalry they had fighting at the press conferences and stuff and everything.
Yeah, no, for sure. I definitely think it's probably going to go more than one match. Maybe that's why Britt ended up losing here. But I wasn't happy with the result. Also, I felt like it kind of ended a little abruptly. If I'm not, I don't know why. I just felt that way.
Yeah, I kind of felt like it ended abruptly too. Yeah.
She
only hit like
weird.
her. Yeah.
Really weird. But anyways,
where is All Out? All Out's not in London, right? Are they?
No. I think it might be Chicago, to be honest. I think
they're always going to Chicago.
Yeah, for real. I know. Moving on from that, I don't really have any other footnotes from that. It seems like that feud is probably going to continue, so I can't really see where the hell this is going to go for either of them other than facing each other. So that's cool. We then had Jack Perry versus Darby Allin in the coffin match. This match also was honestly was not that fast, like not that long. Sorry, like it was pretty quick to me.
Yeah, but for being quick, there was a lot of action. Like a lot of
Oh
shit
yeah,
happened.
no, it was
Good
nonstop
match.
action. Yeah, nonstop
Yes.
action. Darby came out with like thumbtacks on his freaking face so he can like headbutt Jack Perry, which was like, what the hell is wrong with you? Jack
Yeah.
Perry came out. People who say Jack Perry doesn't have any aura, I think he's slowly going that, like getting that.
Especially towards the last like 5 minutes of the match where he was just dominating him,
Yeah,
dragging him in the body bag. Like you know how good that looked like for a heel.
yeah,
That was awesome. Yeah. Then
yeah. So Jack
obviously
Perry, yeah. So of
picks
course,
up the win.
yeah. So Jack Perry picked up the win. As he said, he put him in a body bag, dragged him over to the coffin, dumped him in the coffin, kneed him in the freaking face, and then closed it. He won. Then he got the freaking title, holding it up high, looking like a badass, standing on top of the casket. Young Bucks came out with a gasoline can, and they tried to
wanna
light
set it
him
on
on fire. Lights go out, and it's the return of Sting, which I was
Yeah.
pumped up for,
Yeah.
honestly.
Sting came to save Darby Allin.
Yeah, came out with
course.
the bat, beat the crap out of Young Bucks. Jack Perry ran for his life, hit the Scorpion Death Drop, and then obviously saved Darby, took him out of the body bag. But yeah, that was cool. I'm really happy that Sting is back. I'm not obviously he's not gonna wrestle ever again. He's already said that. He's made that
Yeah, I
perfectly
think
clear.
this was just like one of those one-off.
It can either
helping
be
his
a
friend
one-off
Darby.
thing, or maybe he can just be like a manager type thing if he wants. But yeah,
That's-
I'm really happy he's back. If he stays, then that's fine. I'm perfectly fine with that because I love Sting. He's great. But yeah, I thought it was a good ending. Jack Perry definitely deserved that
Jack
win.
Perry's the winner though. Got
Yeah,
the win.
He
I'm happy
deserved
for
that
him.
win. My next question to you was going to be, who do you think is going to go after Jack Perry now?
I honestly don't know. I don't even know if this feud is over, especially with Sting helping in the end. I would like, but
I'm hoping it is.
I mean, I don't think. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think I would like for it to be somebody else. I don't think Darby needs a title. Darby's one of those guys that literally does not need a title at all.
Yeah.
Just puts on these crazy matches.
Well, I
Next
was going
for
to say
TNT
this.
Championship though. Honestly, you might have to give me an answer. I can't really think of. I'm trying to think.
So my best option at this point would be Sammy Guevara. And that's only because he's the other
That's a good
pillar
one.
of course, the four pillars, quote unquote, of AEW. Of course, he has history with Jack Perry. He hasn't really been on TV that much. He was here at All Out. He was on the pre-show and like that 5-man tag that he was
Yeah,
just
with like
thrown
Dustin
into.
Rhodes and stuff.
Yeah, he was just
Well,
thrown into that.
he won still with
Yeah,
that.
but
Aren't they
he
still,
looked
like-
good. He looked good in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he hasn't really been on AEW TV. He
Yeah.
has been in ROH TV a little bit here and there.
Aren't they champions? Isn't he a champion though with like Dustin Rhodes? And...
No, that's Dustin and Von Erichs.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I missed most of the pre-show.
Yeah. So
That's fine.
yeah, the pre-show is whatever. But of course, it was great. Sammy Guevara, I think, would be a good option for Jack Perry. I feel like that
Yeah.
rivalry would be a lot of fun. Sammy doesn't need to win it. Jack Perry can still win, obviously. But I feel like if you
Yeah.
want to build off that storyline of Jack Perry trying to prove that he's the best out of all the
Well,
pillars, let him be him.
They gotta start having like more promos for him, like singer promos. Now it's always, every time it's him, it's always with the Young Bucks and stuff. Like he just needs his own promo.
Well, he had like those video package promos a couple weeks ago. Those were really cool.
Well, yeah, that was to kind of build up this match, but I'm talking about like to build him up as a character itself.
Yeah. I don't know. His
Like,
video
yeah, he
promos,
does have-
like his backstage
does
promos
have
are
an-
always good.
Yeah, he does have this little aura with him.
No,
Where he's
I
just
think-
there to bury everybody.
I like
Because
him.
obviously they made him the scapegoat.
Yeah, no, I like him. I like him a lot. I
We haven't
think
even
what he's
seen
doing is
Tony
great.
Khan. Did we even see Tony Khan since the last time he got? Remember, like Tombs?
No,
Kyle
he's
Driver
still
by
staying
them?
out of it. He's still staying out of
I
it.
think it'd be hilarious to like start a feud with like Tony Khan and shit. Not like a wrestling feud, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Kind of like Vince and Stone Cold. Something
Kind of like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, Tony Khan sends somebody to get him, but except it's the other way around where Jack Perry's the heel and Tony Khan's actually the good guy.
I wonder who the heck he would go, because like I remember Vince getting like Undertaker to like get Stone Cold.
Yeah, but that was like they were heels.
Yeah.
Tony Khan's technically the good guy here. He's got to get like you said, Sammy Guevara, and I can't really think. I'm trying to think. There's so many good wrestlers in AEW.
Miro would
dropped
be
the ball on
nice,
so
but
many
Miro's a
people.
heel. If he turns
Yeah.
face, then that'd be
Malachi
awesome.
Black, but they won't let him off that damn group.
I'm so happy they lost, to be honest. House of Black losing was the best thing for them.
I know, but Malachi Black, as a singles run against Jack Perry, you never know. But I don't know. I don't know how they would do that.
Malachi needs to win something. Even his entrance, like the freaking the House of Black entrance, like I was like, you see this, and that doesn't scream world champion. Come on now,
Yeah.
so freaking
But I think
ridiculous.
Jack Perry's good enough to be like a legend killer, but there's not really much legends right now, like because Adam Copeland's hurt, so he can't really go after her.
Yeah,
That would have been cool to see, but I would have voted for Jack Perry to beat him. But
yeah. Oh,
I don't
going
know.
back to the was it the Will Ospreay versus MJF match when Daniel Garcia did show up, people were saying, "Oh, he looks like a young Randy Orton because he had like the shaved head and all that." Which is like,
You did have a
yeah,
shit
he
head.
kind of did look like a young Randy Orton, but yeah, I am happy
Yeah.
Daniel Garcia's back. Let's just say that. But
Maybe they can help build him up too. That little moment right there, because he's obviously really good.
yeah, now we can get into the main event, which was probably the best match of the night by far. Bryan Danielson versus Swerve Strickland, career versus title. This
Yes.
match was a freaking banger. Obviously, Bryan Danielson came out to the final countdown. Swerve had his own special entrance where they sang his song, and he looked like a badass with like a
Yeah.
robe on and everything. That
Yeah.
was
It
pretty
was like a
cool.
remix. Yo,
Yeah.
I was like 75% to 80% convinced that Danielson's career was over.
I didn't think so. I mean, like I was
He had his family there. I thought he was done.
like 50-50 to be honest, but I was leaning towards more him winning. But yeah, of
I
course,
thought he was
Bryan
gonna
Danielson
lose.
had his family at ringside. It was pretty freaking sad. Throughout the match, like Swerve stomped out Bryan Danielson in front of his daughter, and his daughter started
Yeah.
crying. I felt so bad.
Yes, that's fucked up. They showed
Yeah.
it on the screen too.
Yo, I felt so bad. And then like the camera was like, yeah, it's a good shot. Like, let me zoom in on her
Yeah,
face.
exactly. That's fucked
Yo,
up.
I was like, yo, it's like get out of this little girl's face. She's crying. She's watching her freaking dad get bloodied up.
It
It
was
was
like
funny.
remember when Chad Gable lost and his daughters were crying, they showed it on the screen.
Yeah, that's good content right there.
It's fucked up.
It's the
But
good stuff. Get that. Yeah,
I don't
zoom
know.
in.
Yeah. I was convinced, especially after showing that, and then like when Swerve Strickland was gonna hit that I forgot the kick's name, that switch kick he does to the head.
Yeah.
You could see Bryan Danielson saying "I love you" to his family. I thought it was like that Ric Flair moment where he got super kicked. I
Yeah.
thought it was like that.
He
I
did
thought it was
like
done.
that happened like 10 times though, where he was like reaching out for
Yeah.
his family, got
That's
kicked.
why. Yeah, every time I thought he was doing that, I thought it was done. That's why I
No.
was convinced Swerve was gonna win.
But yeah, of course, Bryan Danielson did pick up the win. He did make Swerve Strickland tap out. But I will say this: Swerve looked like a freaking badass in this. Swerve
Oh,
dominated
of
for
course.
most of the match.
Yeah,
He
especially
got hit with a psycho knee and didn't even go down. He brushed it
Yeah.
off.
brushed it off.
Dude looked like a freaking anime
Yeah.
villain. Like it was
Hangman Adam
crazy.
Page though showed up out of nowhere, beating up security,
Yeah.
trying to go at the Swerve with that angry freaking cowboy face he has.
Yeah, so Swerve
Security
was
took him
about to
away.
win. Yeah, so Swerve was about to win. Hangman came out from the crowd, beat the crap out of security. He did get dragged away. And then obviously Swerve turned around, got psycho kneed. We thought it was over there, but it wasn't. The match went on for like an additional 10 minutes, which I thought was perfect because
Yeah.
I didn't want Bryan Danielson to win only because of a distraction. I thought it should have been a deserved win for him. But yeah, this banger of a freaking ending where Bryan Danielson hit the psycho knee, I think twice, and one to the front, one to the back, then locked in his the lock, and then of course got him with the tap. That
Yeah, the
was
lapel lock.
it was great because Swerve, that was his first time ever tapping out in
Tapping
AEW.
out.
So it made not only Bryan Danielson look like a badass, but Swerve as well. It was a freaking great ending.
Was
Perfect
Bryan
ending.
Danielson's first title run finally in AEW.
Finally Bryan Danielson gets a
possibly
title.
His last year in AEW.
Definitely is. I feel like they should do a run. I'm not sure if they'll announce this or anything, but it'd be cool if they do. Like a run where he's like, "Oh, I'm going to hold on to this title for as long as I can. When I do lose it, I'm done." Something like that. It puts a stake on every single match.
Every single match.
Every
exactly.
single title match is going to be like it's must watch. You have to watch because it could be his ending. It could be the end of his career. And it's Bryan Danielson, one of the greatest wrestlers of all freaking time. But yeah, if they do that, that'd be awesome. I would love for them to do that.
And announce right away, like whenever I lose this title, that's it for me. Like,
yeah,
which is what he was basically gonna do tonight if he lost.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm ecstatic that he's a champion. I would have been so freaking pissed off at AEW if he left without being a world champion there.
Yeah,
it's Bryan.
I wasn't voting for
Danielson.
Switch. I just felt like at points it just looked like Swerve was gonna win. That's why I thought he was gonna win. But Bryan Danielson's champ.
This is like the downside to this too, though. It's like I also kind of wanted Swerve to win, but only because Swerve I love Swerve, first of all. Swerve is like one of the best heels in AEW. He's one of the
Yes.
best wrestlers at the moment. But like his aura right now is freaking insane. Like this dude
Yeah.
puts on banger matches every single night. He looks like I said, an anime villain. Like dude would beat the crap out of anybody.
And then you got Hangman going out to Swerve. I thought for another title and Hangman possibly getting the title from Swerve. That would have been a pretty good story.
Yeah, that would have been a decent story as well. But that's kind of like a heel versus heel thing right now.
Yeah.
But I know that like Swerve is like an in-betweener and they kind of like flip him to whatever the heck he's going to face. But like, come on now, after doing that in front of Bryan Danielson's daughter, you really can't turn this dude face. What's wrong with you?
He doesn't care. Swerve doesn't care about family. That's why Hangman got mad in the first place. Remember, he showed up at his house. Like it's like one
so
of
is
those
Hangman
matches
really
where
a bad guy? Probably not.
I mean, well, whatever. And he did turn down the Young Bucks, who are bad. So, but
yeah, that's true.
but Hangman versus Swerve, they're gonna start. Well, I guess resume their rivalry, which was great. Those matches were both of the matches were like 5-star for me. Those things were bangers.
Yeah, no, they were.
And then Bryan Danielson, he's got to go, like you said, this tour.
Well, now we're gonna see who the heck like that. That's what I wanted to say. So like obviously Swerve and Hangman, that looks like that's gonna continue now. They're probably gonna have a match at All Out, unless they want to build it for a little bit further. That's fine. I don't care. It's great. I love that rivalry. In terms of Bryan Danielson, who the heck do you think is gonna go after that title next? What's the next potential feuds? There's so many potential possibilities. I'm not really sure what the heck to think.
Yeah. As of now, obviously Christian Cage is one of them. I don't think he's gonna win. That's just probably an all-out match.
Yeah. That's not. But the thing is, but again, with Christian Cage, that's not really a match. It's just him cashing in. He can cash in whenever.
True, yeah.
Yeah. So
you're right.
Yeah.
But I do feel like he'll do it right away. I have a feeling.
Yeah. No, you're right.
For that title match right away. But after Christian Cage, oh man, you got so many people stuck in these storylines.
You know, like a good one would be like John Moxley. John Moxley versus him would be fire.
Yeah, I haven't seen him. We haven't seen him in so long. It's just like,
yeah, it'd be fire if they do that. I can also see like maybe there's so many potential rivalries.
I mean, they got history.
Yeah, Bryan Danielson versus Will Ospreay again would be nice. Bryan Danielson versus Ricochet would be freaking cool.
But Will Ospreay right now is international championship. He's probably not going to go after the world title right now.
Yeah, you say that, but he did it already. So it's like,
I mean, yeah,
you never freaking know.
Probably not going to make him hold 2 titles. I don't think so.
Yeah. But yeah.
So I mean, I guess MJF after, if he gets through with Daniel Garcia, maybe. I don't think it's going to be a long rivalry.
Yeah, maybe. But I think that could be the end game, though. Imagine MJF beating Bryan Danielson, costing him his career. That's like ultimate heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the year.
Exactly. Something like that. That'd be cool. But yeah, I don't know if there's anything else you want to add to that match. I'm just really happy that Bryan Danielson's still here. Still, now you're crowned AEW World Champion. Dumb freaking happy about that. But other than that, that was the main event, and that was AEW All In. I don't think we're not really going to do a WWE review this week, only because next week we're only doing WWE review. We might throw in some AEW
Bash
stuff.
at Berlin.
Yeah, Bash at Berlin is of course going to happen. So we're going to have our Bash at Berlin review. We'll probably throw in a couple of AEW stuff because it's the Dynamite after a pay-per-view. Come on now, we have to do it.
Yes, maybe we'll see. Yeah, if there's anything important. Well, we probably won't talk about the full show, but
no, just like the major points of like, of course, what's going to happen. But yeah, that was basically it for our freaking review of wrestling this week. AEW All In was a 4.5 out of 5.
Oh yes.
No, go ahead.
One more guy, Samoa Joe. We can't forget about Samoa Joe.
Oh yeah, what the hell? Yeah, Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe's another one.
Yeah, Samoa Joe versus Bryan Danielson would be banger.
Yes,
banger of a freaking match. But yeah, I don't have anything else to add. Do you?
That was it. All
right, that was good. All right, we're good. All right. So like, comment, subscribe as always. Again, we will be back next week with our review at WWE Bash at Berlin. There's not really much on that card. It's like 5 matches.
That's gonna be like a filler pay-per-view. Yeah, that's more showcase for Gunther and stuff.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think so too. I don't really think much is gonna happen there. But yeah, Bash at Berlin is next week. After that, we have AEW All Out. So we're gonna have 3 straight pay-per-view reviews. That's gonna be great.
Yes.
Perfect. Love it.
Yes.
But yeah, again, like, comment, subscribe. We love you guys so much. We really appreciate all the support that we've been getting. Of course, we'll be back in person next week because, of course, it's on Saturday. Thank God. All right, so yeah, we'll be back in person next week with additional review. Love you guys so much. Peace.